I wanted to sit here and talk about Jordan Peele's Us. This was recently released on Blu-ray and I believe 4K as well. I don't have that one, but I do have the Blu-ray, obviously. This is a pretty sought after movie, I guess, by some people. Everybody likes it. I've not really heard many bad things about it, and I can't really say many bad things about it myself. Now, as far as Jordan Peele goes, I was a fan of Get Out. And I think he has fresh eyes for the genre. Really, he's definitely unleashing something that at least feels different, if nothing else, as far as horror goes. And I don't really buy into that whole elevated horror thing. I just think horror is horror. There's good horror, there's bad horror, there's cheap horror, there's big budget horror that sometimes is dull. But I don't think like there's no such thing as an elevated horror, just because that feels to me like somebody that's kind of ashamed to be a horror fan wants to call it that just to justify it to the little hipster friends that they're watching horror movies. But nonetheless, that's a tangent, and this is Us. So I will talk about this. The movie opens with a family at like a kind of like a, I guess you could say like a carnival thing at the beach. It's kind of like there year round, I think, or something along those lines. Nonetheless, the girl kind of strays away from the family, and she walks into what looks like herself in this real dark area, and the movie just then flash forward to years later, and we see a family going to the same area for like a vacation or whatever, and or maybe they're moving there. I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched it. The details are lost, but basically this is the gist of it. So they go there and they're at the house, and they're your average family. They're fun loving. There's the father that's kind of nerdy. There's the mom. There's the two kids. One's a little bit older. It's a girl, and the other one's like a young kid, male. So they're there, and then of course one night randomly they basically see themselves there, and it kind of becomes like a cat and mouse thing there as they try to kill the family that we see. And of course this branches out into other things, and you see just how big this phenomenon actually is, and of course eventually you realize what's going on. The big hook to it to me when I watched it was trying to see, try to find clues and figure out just what the heck is going on with the doppelgangers and whatnot, or the doppelgangers, I should say. There's some very violent moments, especially when a family that they're friends with kind of gets slaughtered. That's like one of the most violent parts of the movie, I feel. It's funny, as you can imagine with Jordan Peele stuff. It's not all doom and gloom. There is some funny stuff here to be seen. The big revelation of what's going on maybe was a little disappointing to me. I don't really know where I thought it was going or where it could have possibly went, but I think the weakest part of Us is probably the explanation of what's going on. Maybe that's not that way to you or to the majority of people, obviously, since since most people seem like they like the movie a lot. But to me, I kind of was waiting for a little bit more of a kick than what we actually got for like the revelation of what's going on. The movie is probably topped off by a pretty cool twist, but it's a twist that if you really pay attention, I feel like you can kind of guess before you get it shoved down your throat at the end of it. Still, I like it. I like it a lot. One of the best things I've seen this year overall. Will it be on my year-end top 10 list? There's a good possibility it will be. Did not like it as good as I did Get Out, but I think it's definitely in that same flavor, in that same area, and if you liked Get Out, I think you're going to like this. So here it is, Blu-ray DVD combo pack. Comes with The Monsters Within Us and Teetered Together, the making Us twice. If I could read that, we do good. The Monsters Within Us and the Teetered Together Making Us Twice featurette. Also deleted scenes and a bunch of other like behind the scenes type stuff here. Just a bunch of like featurettes, but it's interesting to watch, especially after you've seen the movie. So Us gets a good thumbs up from me, probably 3.5, 4-ish out of 5. Probably more of a 3.5, because I think Get Out was probably a solid 4, and I like that better. But it's not a bad movie, and if you like those horror films that can hit you right in the right moments and make you laugh, and the other moments that still keep you guessing to what's going on to the end or near the end, this one here is something you want to check out.